Okay, my name is Deanna Mitchell, and I'm the superintendent for the Harriet Tubman Underground Railroad National Historical Park in Church Creek, Maryland. I think we can look at a lot of instances and things within our history, and we can take for granted when we look at a beautiful cathedral, or even if we look at, for instance, Washington, D.C., some of those buildings are magnificent. And most people don't understand that those buildings were built on the back of slaves. Most people don't know that. That's the same here in the on the Eastern Shore. So I'll give you an example. So about maybe 5 miles from here is a historical site, and it's called Stewart's Canal. Now, Stewart's Canal is about, I think it's 7 to 9 miles long. And there was a plantation owner. His last name was Stewart. And the community that this canal was built in was called Madison. And Madison was made up of a number, I'd say about 40 to 50 families, African-American families. Some of them were free slaves. Some of them were slaves. And Stewart decided that he wanted to build a canal there in Madison that would allow the timber, because he owned a lot of property, which meant he owned a lot of trees here. So he was a timber harvester, and he had a number of slaves that worked for him. He wanted to find a route that would enable him to get his timber, and not just timber, but other agricultural goods, to the docks in Baltimore. So building that Stewart Canal would allow them to connect for ships to make their way into the Baltimore harbor. That canal was built by slaves and free black men. Now, we're talking about the 1800s, when, we didn't have electric plows. We didn't have, this canal was dug by hand, by blacks, by slaves, by free men. And it took them 20 years to build this canal in order for the plantation owner to make his money. That's something that people don't know, the history of the Stewart's Canal. People take it for granted. You can ride by it right now, and you can see as far as the eye can see, of course. But I can't imagine with a shovel and a pick, tools like that, working, that's back-breaking work. And for it to take that long to accomplish it, for the success of trade and commerce, we're talking about trade and commerce, if you will, on the Eastern Shore. Again, I don't think I can count on my hand 5 folks who have visited this site that knew the history behind Stewart's Canal. But that's what you can learn about when you make your way here to the Eastern Shore.